And that Mr. Beast video in like a day got like 100+ million views. But that's just entertainment. Then I saw a trading video, how to make money online, which had like 50,000 views. And that's when it hit me. I was like, so an entertainment video that wouldn't improve your life at all has 100 million+ people watching. Like if everybody in the world came and sat at a table and we all put our problems in front of the table, in half a second, some dude who lives in like Gaza or something would be like, dude,
that shit's nothing.
I'll put up with your depression because your like girl left you. I think the military is very much like it turns into a 7 to 4 type of lifestyle where you do training in the morning.
But if you can do a rebound, which is a shock, not a rebound in relationship, we're talking about like a bounce back from that situation where you change yourself completely.
I think a woman's revenge is temporary.
Yes.
But I think a man's revenge, it takes
It's a long time, but it will be worth it.
Welcome back to Off Topic, guys. Today we have Bois, has a background in military, does trading.
Day trading?
Yeah,
day trading.
Okay, day trading.
Yeah, so how did you start getting to day trading?
Honestly, it was just going to your mate's house and like, you know, just yapping and just playing games or whatever you do with your mate's house. And I remember one of my mates on his screen had trading. It was really funny. He was losing money. And I was like, what is that? And he was like, oh, it's just trading. I knew what trading was because before I used to trade stocks, and I was one of those dudes that used to research like GameStop and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, no, I looked at it and he's like, yeah, you can make money off this. I was like, how do you get in? And he's like, oh, like message this guy. And at the time he was more of an entrepreneur, like teaching people how to trade kind of thing. And I was kind of skeptical over him, but I was just like, I was just going to YouTube because nowadays you can learn anything off YouTube. So I'd just be like, how to day trade. And then I just saw a bunch of videos and I just started from there.
See, like, it's so crazy, bro, how you can find so much information on YouTube nowadays. Like, when I start e-commerce, bro, no one teaching me.
Yeah.
It's all YouTube now, you know? Like, all the information really on there. It's take a lot of people time to actually trying to find out and learn, I guess. You got to pick up things pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But it does take a long time because YouTube doesn't really show you the things
100%.
you need to learn because they're selling courses or whatever.
But what I believe, bro, if you want it bad enough, bro, you'll do whatever it takes to actually make it happen. Because, like, obviously one type of video is not going to show you every single thing, but then, like, there's so many articles you can read. There's so many other dudes that are actually doing it and you can pick up those information from. So, no, it's nothing really to stop you from actually want to be better and learn, I guess. But then now you, like, have you got a mentor before in trading or? Like anyone guide you through in real life?
No, not really.
Self-taught?
Self-taught, yeah. I think, which is really interesting that you say it, like, if I were to teach people trading, I would just be like, just do it. Like, I swear to God, there is no better way of learning trading than just by doing it.
Yeah.
It's not rocket science. As long, if you can keep it simple, stupid, it's a military saying, just keep it simple, stupid. The Americans say it a lot. That's literally all it is. Like, the market's going up. Why?
Yeah.
Because the US economy is doing good. Oh, that means this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Then it happens, you're like, oh, I'm starting to slowly get it.
Yeah.
All right.
And then,
It's basically predicting how.
Basically, that's all it is. Like, you're just, just keep it simple, stupid, really.
So, like, you mentioned about you leaving military and want to be a full-time day trading. Do you, like, are you not enjoying a 9-to-5 work or, like, being a military or what?
Okay, so military is really cool.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff that we do is really cool, but I think it gets to a point where, like, you want more out of your life, and I'm just gonna say this straight up, like, one person that, like, I didn't know how cool it was being rich until I started seeing Andrew Tate.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I know a lot of people don't like to admit they watch him, but fuck, he's a rich
dude has
dude.
money. He has money.
If you're a rich dude and I'm trying to be, like, to the level that you're at, I'm obviously gonna listen to you. Like, if I want to be a doctor, I'm not gonna go to a lawyer and be like, how do I become a doctor?
Yeah.
I'm gonna listen to a guy who's actually rich.
Yeah.
So, you know, I saw a video of him, like, buying a Bugatti on, like, a weekend with his brother, and I was like, fuck you, like, I want to do that. So it was just one of those things. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Bro,
Yeah.
The thing is, we're all like this. Every dude in the world is the exact same. Like, we all want to buy Bugattis and we all want to like live in the best houses and like flex on social media. So just own it. Just fuck it. Own it, man.
But most of us don't really follow with the steps.
Yeah. Because it's really funny it's really interesting that you're saying that, because when I first started trading, I remember going on YouTube and a Mr. Beast video was trending.
Yeah.
And that Mr. Beast video in like a day got like 100+ million views. But that's just entertainment. Then I saw a trading video, how to make money online, which had like 50,000 views. And that's when it hit me. I was like, so an entertainment video that wouldn't improve your life at all has 100 million+ people watching. But a video like this that improves your life and teaches you how to make money,
no one's watching it.
No one's watching
it.
Yeah. So I was like, but the way I think about it, and now you just said not many people like do what they say they want to do.
Yeah.
I'm fine with that. Like, if you don't want to do what you want to do, that's fine. That just means less competition for the people that actually want to get after it.
Exactly.
Because I don't want more competition.
Exactly, bro. It's enough. That's what I mean. Like, sometimes you know how you have a lot of close friends, right? For example, and you really want them to come up with you, but then you can't really bring everyone to come up with you, bro. Because like some people, somewhat like they don't have the mentality, and also they don't have the drive. Yeah. The same as you do, the fire inside.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah, so it's hard, man. So sometimes I lost a lot of friends doing a lot of things, and then you just kind of come to a realization where sometimes God show you things just for you. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, not for everyone to see. Yeah. If that makes sense. Yeah. It's just that is the direction that they want, or God want you to follow through. Yeah. So like, it's pretty crazy how I see a lot of people like complaining about their life and they're like, oh, they're not happy with what they're doing, but then they don't take the effort to try and change it. Yeah. So it's
I think that as well. And sometimes when life gets hard, they just give up on a lot of things. But there was one thing I saw where a coal is just a coal, but it turned into diamond over time and pressure. So, you know, if you just keep going through the hard phases, no sleep nights, things like that, I think you will come out at the end of the tunnel. Yeah. But a lot of people don't do that because it just gets hard for them.
Bro, you know how you're in army, right? What is the scariest thing being in there? Like, are you scared of being on call? Like, for example, it's the war going on down in I don't know, Afghanistan or something, and they had to call you in. How would you feel?
Afghanistan.
For example, that you have to go be in a war.
Okay, now that I'm leaving, I can say this. If they say Afghanistan, I'll be like, fuck no.
But you can't really reject them though. You have to go, don't you?
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
Once you're cold, bro, there's no coming back. You can't just say I don't want to go.
Okay, you just can edit this part out, but it's really interesting. Nowadays, you can say like, I don't want to go.
Really?
Yeah, you can. And it's all like, you know how like the whole like LGBTQ stuff and like people, this society is getting softer. You can just be like, I don't want to go because I'm depressed or something. They'd be like, oh, don't go.
Really?
Don't go. Yeah. But like if you upload this, it's gonna go freaking bananas on the internet. It's gonna go crazy. So please edit this part out. But yeah, you can do that, bro. I've done that. Like, they try to send me to fucking Indonesia, and I was like, I don't want to go there. They're like, why? I was like, I just don't feel like it. And then they're like, well, you're gonna get in trouble. I was like, okay. Like, what's gonna happen? They're like, well, you have to do this punishment. Okay. So I do. So let me get this straight. I do this punishment for 1 week, and I don't have to put up with you guys in a different country for 3 months. So I do 1 week of punishment for 3 months of freedom, and I was like, oh, I'll take that deal.
Pretty good deal when you add it up, eh? Yeah, I think it's pretty good deal. What kind of punishment though?
Oh, it's something called restriction of privileges. So essentially, like, for example, you have to live and sleep on the grass. You can't go home and sleep, for example, and you have to eat like canteen food. It's like, yeah, it's very like shit, and you have to do like a bunch of like marching and all that. Yeah, really shit. Would not recommend it. But yeah, the most scariest thing of the army, honestly, like when I first joined the military, like before I joined, I was super like what's it called? I was very like I don't know, just talkative and like I used to laugh a lot. You remember me?
Yeah.
And then like I feel like as soon as I joined, like it really like pulled me back in line, cause like you're surrounded by dudes that are older than you, and more mature than you, so like, you slowly start picking up on their stuff.
Yeah.
I think the whole thing about like some people can't like deal well with hard times. Like honestly, some make sense because there are some like army guys that come back from like war or something, and they're generally like really messed up in the head.
Yeah.
But I feel like if you live in Australia, you don't have Israeli F-16 bombers over your head, destroying your family home, or you're not in Myanmar in the civil war going on, or you're not in Sudan where the rebels are fighting against the government forces. You're literally in the best country, in my opinion, one of the best countries in the world. And when I went to Japan recently, I was talking to a few people I'm from Uzbekistan, and I was talking to a few Uzbeks. If you were to ask them, what would you do for exactly same with Afghanis. If you ask Afghans, what would you guys do for an Australian citizenship?
Oh, bro. If you go there, they'll be like, just show me a way and I'll do it.
Yeah, they'll do anything to live here. They'll do anything, and I think it was Kamaru Usman, who's a UFC fighter. I really like what he said. He goes, like, if everybody in the world came and sat at a table and we all put our problems in front of the table, in half a second, some dude who lives in like Gaza or something would be like, dude,
that shit's nothing.
I'll put up with your depression because your like girl left you. If we can swap, you live in Gaza and then like I put up with your life, like I'll gladly do that. So I think just perspective really helps. Like whenever like I went through like a tough time or whenever I felt lonely, I just thought to myself like, hey, like there are literally kids dying in Gaza. Just put yourself back in line. Like it's not that hard. So yeah, that's how I deal with it.
Yeah. It also, like, I live with a bunch of guys that came on the boat here. The experience they've gone through is fucked. One of them was saying that once they're in Indonesia, they go into these refugee areas and they just put them in there. Basically they're on the run. Some of the guys, they stay there for so long that they were like, fuck this shit. They just jump off the building, kill themselves. Yeah. It's
bad, bro.
On the sea for like 3 months, just straight on water. Some got lost in the jungle, never found.
That's fucked.
Yeah.
When they're on the boat, what are they eating?
I think they just bring food with them.
Yeah.
But how can it last for months though?
Fishing.
Mold.
I don't know.
Off food.
I don't know.
Fishing.
Yeah,
maybe?
possible.
Probably not. But there's 50 people on a boat.
Yeah, true.
On a fishing boat. More than 50 people.
Yeah.
But anyway, what has been the most like mental struggle while you trying to balance like military work and day trading?
Honestly, I don't think it's been like that much of a struggle at all. Obviously, sometimes you have to go outside, like go outfield and all that. But in terms of that, like I think the military is very much like it turns into a 7 to 4 type of lifestyle where you do training in the morning and you do whatever like the commanders ask you in the afternoon. But honestly, like it's I wouldn't say like some of the stuff I've gone through were hard, like in terms of like physical stuff.
Yep.
But I feel like the real challenges is like people who are abroad and who are genuinely going through like shit. When I was in Japan, I met an Uzbek guy who went to Japan on a tourist visa and never came back to Uzbekistan, and he's been living in Japan for the past year. His visa's expired and everything. He misses his kids a lot, but because in Japan, when you work, the currency value is a lot more than Uzbekistan.
Yeah.
So he just sends money back to his kids, and he's like, I'm going to stay here for like 6 months to 1 more year, and then I'm going to go back. That's the reality of life. and I'm not gonna sit there and be like I'm having a very hard life, because
People have it harder.
people have it way harder.
Yeah. I have people used to do that when I remember when my country, people did that. They mostly went to Iran to work.
Yeah.
Obviously over the border, they're like getting smuggled over the border.
Yeah.
Work, sends money. Work,
Yeah.
sends money. Cause where I live, bro, I was in the middle of this it's like a canyon, not canyon, like it's like a valley.
Yeah.
Just living in there. There was no shops. We were like at least like 2 days away from the city.
Yeah.
So there was.
Yeah. Nah, definitely. Mental struggle is a real thing, man. Because, like, not everyone's always, like, happy chappy all the time. You know what I mean? There's always time where you feel down or self-doubt or that kind of stuff. And the way I kind of deal with it, just like you mentioned, where you look at the outside perspective and you can clearly see that people actually struggles, like, hard. And then, like, I remember when I go through a heartbreak, right? I was so depressed, like you said, over a girl. And then I went days, you can't tell about weeks, where you don't feel like you're doing anything. You're just like, you know what? I'm depressed, Trying to cry, you couldn't even cry, right? And then this one day I pick it up, I was like, you know what? There's so much shit that I have that I can, like, try to enjoy it while it lasts. It's like, for example, you're into, like, soccer, for example, or gym or something like that. So then I start kind of doing that. And then I travel overseas, like, for example, like Southeast Asia. I look at people's life, man, like, man, there's people, like, on the street, bro. And, like, the baby, like, there's a mother, like, she about in her 30s or something. And she carried, like, a fucking, little toddler, around the street with her, what's it called, like a towel, whatever, carrying around. And I was like, man, how would they feel right now? And then I have a proper bed and all that kind of stuff to be in. And I'm sitting here looking like a bitch, trying to cry or whatever, being depressed. And when you can think about all this kind of stuff, it's just kind of help you pick yourself back up in a way where you realize, like, you know what, I fucked up, but life goes on. And then, just go back, try to do your life again.
Yeah.
Really.
No, I agree. I think mental health is a real thing, but I think other than, like, perspective, I think one thing that helped me a lot is just because I love reading about history, and, like, reading about history, you realize just how shit our forefathers had it, like our grandparents and great grandparents.
Yeah.
Like, we're living in the most, in terms of, like, grand history, this period of history is the most peaceful time in history. Like, we haven't had major powers fight and kill a bunch of people since World War II, which is 80 years ago.
Yeah.
So I think, just perspective, and just be like, hey, some people before me had it way harder. And, like, the way I think about it, it's really interesting. So I think like, even though, like, it's probably not true, but I tell myself that sometimes my ancestors are watching.
Yeah.
And I tell myself, like, I come from, like, a family lineage of warriors.
Yeah.
So I'm like, my ancestors are watching me, and I don't want to let them down, because I don't want them to die. And, like, because, for example, your language, right? The reason why your language is still alive is because there are a group of men who fought to death to protect it, right? It's the same thing with Uzbek, and it's the same thing with the Filipino language. The Philippines got colonized. Cambodians, yeah.
Yeah.
The Philippines got colonized by what country? Spanish, right? Yeah. Do you know in Brazil what language they speak? They speak Portuguese. Before, you know why they speak Portuguese? Because the Portuguese came and invaded them. Same thing with America. America, before Christopher Columbus came, Americans never spoke English. They spoke their own native tongue.
Yeah.
So I think the way I think about it is Filipinos fought to death against the Spanish to keep your language alive.
Yeah.
That is why right now you speak Filipino. You don't speak Spanish. I speak Uzbek because my ancestors fought against the Russians, the Mongols and all that to keep my language alive. So I think, like, I can't just sit there and just cry over whatever.
Yeah.
If there are people in my past who had it way worse.
Yeah.
I think it's doing them a dishonor. Like,
Mm.
if you were to die for your kids, for example, there's whatever happens, and you risk your life for your kids, and you're watching over them, and you watch them cry. Imagine that. Like, you die for your kids.
Yeah, it's like, get up, bitch.
Yeah, and
Get the fuck up.
Yeah, and then they're crying because a girl left them. Like,
Yeah.
you're gonna be like, dude,
Yeah.
come on, man.
100%.
Does that make sense?
100%.
Yeah,
No,
yeah,
that's
yeah.
it.
I hope I explained that
Yeah,
well.
no, that's well said.
That's what I think.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like kind of spiritual thing
Yeah,
back
yeah,
of your head.
yeah,
Yeah. I do feel kind of that sometimes. Yeah, 100%, man. I mean, like, I'm guessing you...
I'm Muslim.
Muslim. Yeah,
No,
definitely.
with Islam, I think Islam helps a lot because in Islam, you get rewarded for going through hard times.
Yeah.
Do you know about that? Like, you get rewarded for going through hard times. Like, if you put your trust in God, like, let's say something happens to you, a death of a family member or whatever, and you put your trust in God and say, like you know, like, sort of like, that's just God's will, you get good deeds for that.
Yeah.
If that makes sense.
Yeah.
I think having the mentality of, like, God is just trying to test me.
Yeah.
I think that's why we have so many UFC fighters from, you know, Dagestan and Chechnya and Russia and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Because they just have that mentality that, like...
Bro, all those guys, all they do is fucking wrestle, pray, God, wrestle, pray, God, wrestle.
Yeah. Same thing with
Nothing
Iran.
else. Literally nothing else.
Iran is one of the world's best at wrestling. There's a guy...
They are
forgot his name.
very good,
Iran, the amount of gold medals Iran win in wrestling is crazy. Iran is one of the world's best at wrestling. Same thing, majority Muslim country.
Yeah.
I think it's just mentality.
Yeah.
Christians are like that as well. I have a few Christian mates, and yeah, like, they're spiritual in a way that, like, you know. Are you Christian?
Nah, I'm not religious at all.
Yeah. Yeah, they've got that mindset where,
Yeah.
like, oh, Jesus, like, guides you and he strengthens you and all kinds of stuff. So it's really cool.
Yeah, I think being religious and being spiritual does help you a lot.
Yeah.
Because you're like, oh, if I keep doing this, I get a good deed, or a higher power's behind my back and I'll never fail. But that's what it gives you the power to keep going.
Yeah.
But if you have no, like, there's no disrespect towards people who don't have religion or don't believe in anything, but I think they just, like, oh, they go with the flow. There's nothing else beyond that.
Yeah.
I'm not religious, but then I still, like I said, Mukhtar has correct me many times where I was like, oh, I believe in the universe. It's like, yeah, whatever happens. Like, I believe in times where, for example, when I'm going through a hardship, I believe in there's something trying to tell me, like, oh, it's preparing me for another chapter. I'm not sure, like, if like, I don't say, like, I'm a religious person, I was like, oh, God or anything. So I put that onto the universe, like, send all the energy, whatever, out there. I was like, whatever I'm struggling, going through, it can prepare me for the next step. And then Mukhtar was like, what's the universe? That is God. Isn't what you said?
I said, universe. What is universe? Universe is just an empty space with a bunch of particles and whatever. But how do you think that came at the first place? The universe is not a living thing, is it? It can't just begin. Let's just say this bottle. This was created somehow. This just didn't appear just on the table like that. There was something behind it for it to be here. That's the same with the universe. I think that's the same with everything. I'm not saying that I know it for 100%, but I don't know, obviously. But everything has a beginning, and it has some force behind it to start. It can't just start by itself.
What's your idea to that?
I agree with him.
You agree with him?
Yeah.
So I don't even know what energy I'm sending to, but that's kind of how I believe I see it. Like, I don't know.
I think what's really weird is that, like, I think people, when they're at their most desperate, they look to a higher, like, for example, the way I think about it is if my plane is about to crash, and the pilot goes, all right, the plane is about to crash, this and that, at that moment, you're not going to think, I hope the universe saves me.
Oh man, everyone's going to become so religious. They're going to be getting
they're going to be like,
praying,
they're going to be like, oh my God, like, oh, I really hope that, like, you don't pray to a universe, because the universe doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So like if your plane's about to crash, you don't be like, oh, universe, please save me.
Yeah.
You look to someone who's higher powers than
Yeah.
yourself. I think in your most desperate situations, like your true beliefs come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true as well. You know, but
Please, universe, please help me.
I think
Please
there was
save my life.
some other guy as well. They were saying I was on a plane with this guy. He was full on like non-religious, and they were going through some turbulence. And this guy became the most religious guy in the plane.
Just change the whole thing.
Yeah, I think during your hardest phases, I think everyone just turns to the higher power.
Yeah.
Bro, like Mukhtar mentioned before that you did have a partner before. Did your life change after you going through a heartbreak?
Honestly, I wouldn't really say I've ever gone through like a proper heartbreak. If I'm honest with you, I don't think it's been like that proper before.
Did that kind of help you change and more drive in a way?
Yeah, I guess. I think the only time that really got me was when I was younger, and I love telling this story. When I was younger, a teacher went up to somebody, like I had a crush on basically, and then like
A teacher
went up to like
Well done.
a female.
Yeah.
But like they were like, I guess like cordial friends, like,
Yeah.
because it was like a private school, and he went up to the student and said, why do you have a crush on this guy when because he's like, why do you have a crush on this guy if like he's not going anywhere in life basically? You should be having a crush on someone who like makes 6 figures and who's a doctor and all that.
Yeah.
I still remember who he was to this day, and I'll like never forget that. Although like that was like a small phase of my life.
Yeah.
Having a crush, because we all had like crushes when we were younger. It was just a childish one. But I think like him just saying that, it's nothing got to do with the girl or anything. It's more so got to do with the fact that like fuck you don't know who I am.
Exactly. Yeah.
So I think like not necessarily like heartbreak or anything, but like I think just by him saying that, like to this day, whenever like I feel slack, I'm like,
remember
that dude.
So like every story of hungers, like people are hungry and have fire in them, there's always something behind it.
Yeah.
It's always. But I feel like if male listening out there, I feel like every time when you're going through a breakup with a female, for example, the female expect you to go down, bro. They expect you to go down because you know what, they don't see enough values in you, and they think that other people out there is better than you. First of all, second of all, if you're a weak man, you're going down like they think of it. You prove their point. But if you can do a rebound, which is a shock, not a rebound in relationship, we're talking about like a bounce back from that situation where you change yourself completely, change everything about how you look physically, mentally, financially. That's a big shock to them. You'll watch them fucking start running back to you. There's enough fire to actually fucking fight through shit, man. I swear to God.
So you're currently going through a heartbreak, is that what?
I wouldn't say so, no. Nah.
But you used to talk to a girl that you used to really like, and you used to stop talking?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's been months, but that, I'll be honest with you, that don't affect me anymore.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. And the reason why I try to do something different is not because of heartbreak.
Yeah.
It's something deeper where, because like I said, man, I'm not looking down at anyone doing a 9-to-5 job, but like the lifestyle I want to live is freedom.
Yeah.
Like, it's not about all the money. Like we spoke before.
Freedom,
like,
yeah.
it's freedom.
Hell yeah,
like that's what money comes with. It's the freedom. I don't want to spend my time going to work when I can be out there doing something else. For example, exploring new countries or just say Australia in general. So that kind of thing would give me that kind of time to do it. But we're going to do the job, bro, 9 to 5. You can't really get the time to do that, man. Yeah. Well, you got what? 4 weeks in a year. 4 weeks, right? In a year for holidays leave.
Nah, bro. I only got 2 weeks.
See, that's what I mean.
2 weeks because it was. It depends on how busy the place you're working is. It's not nothing. Nothing's up to you, bro. They just give you a few weeks just to.
Wow, 2 weeks in a year.
That's what I mean, though. Would it be enough? For example, you got 2 weeks in 1 year, but then you have to do it for 50 years to get the 2 weeks on each year.
I got lied to because I had another week or a week and a half annual leave. They didn't tell me that.
Yeah,
just to make me come back 2 weeks earlier.
I think there's a really good Tristan Tate quote, and he's like, and I think like you would agree this as well. Like, I think a woman's revenge is temporary.
Yes.
But I think a man's revenge takes.
It's a long time, it will be worth it.
Yeah.
It'll be fucking worth it. Don't try to go. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like when you go through a heartbreak, don't try to go through rebounds or fucking talk to other people or try to impress your ex, whatever.
Yeah.
Just do the work, man. The fucking result will speak on its own.
Yeah, I'm glad you said that because I have a really close mate going through that right now.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that's what I mean. Like, yeah, women's bro, they can't really move on from you within a couple of weeks or whatever. I don't give a fuck. Like, talk to other guys and shit. Yeah. But you as a man, don't do that shit, man. You know what I mean? Even you do, you're still low key, man. Don't go date anyone. But like, I'm not saying like, you know, in a couple of weeks, that's too short of a time. Process it, go cry about it, talk to your mates and all the bullshit, and then pick yourself back up. Find something to do that will improve your life.
Yeah. In
terms of like everything, like financially, mentally, physically, all of that kind of shit. Yeah. And then maybe 2, 3, 4 years down the line, you'll be in a fucking different situation. And where is she? She'll be in the fucking same place. Yeah. That's the revenge. That's a better revenge any day. I'll take that fucking any day, bro.
One thing a guy's really just be like, they're just like, you know, whatever happens, don't cry.
Yeah.
I think that's really stupid. Like,
I agree.
It's good to cry. It's not because you're weak. It makes you stronger because you're getting that courage and going against what everyone's saying and actually doing and releasing your emotions. So whenever, you know, if you're going through some heartbreak and people say you shouldn't cry because you look weak or whatever, they're probably weak themselves because, you know, it releases a lot of stress.
I think only strong men cry, to be honest with you.
There are some strong men's cry and it has its own place, like, you know, certain situation. But don't just sit there cry every single day thinking you're strong.
Gotta get it. Yeah, it's like, I'm so strong. I'm just gonna have a cry.
It just depends on the situation.
Yeah. So your mate's going through a big heartbreak.
Yeah.
Do you too?
Do you too?
Like, are you going through a heartbreak as
well? No,
Oh.
I'm good. But I think like, I don't know if you watch Naruto, but like, bro.
Oh, I used to watch that.
Bro, when you like, I was literally telling him like, I wish I can take however you're feeling and give it to myself.
Yeah.
Because bro, that's the Naruto's like chakra right there. Like if you're running out of chakra and like something really bad happens in your life, like a heartbreak, and you get like really motivated. That's the Nine Tails unleashing.
Unmotivated or motivated?
Unmotivated.
Unmotivated.
Yeah, so... Because like this mate of mine, I won't say his name because he'd probably get embarrassed, but went through a heartbreak. Growing up, I've known him all my life. Never went to the gym, just played games. Now he's starting to go to the gym, starting to like make sure his hair looks nice and like wears like the nice clothes and well groomed and like everything is just like getting better. I told him literally the other day, I was like, dude, like you're glowing now. But it's, like you said, like I don't know like if he like cries or not, but like I think there are like certain like times where you're allowed to. But I think if you're doing it daily, like, have you seen those videos of those girls that go to a Taylor Swift concert and they go freaking crazy?
God, bro.
Yeah.
Stuck crying.
Yeah.
But anyways, let's just talk about your failures and your success doing trading.
Yeah. Failures. I lost thousands of dollars in the first few months of doing it.
How do you feel?
I love it. Like good. It's just like the reason why I love it is because I can do one trade even though I lost all my money.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't, but I'm saying if I were to do a trade and I will lose all my money, at least I'm doing like miles ahead of a majority of dudes out there. At least like I'm putting money where my mouth is.
Yeah.
I want to do trading.
Yeah.
Whether I lose or make money, I'm going to do trading. Right now, like I've gotten like way better. But at the start, yeah, dude, I was like I was like losing money and like I was borderline crying. I was like, oh, and then like, yeah, it was really like it got to a point where I just started laughing because I was like, it's just most traders don't make their first profit after like a year or two of trading.
Yeah.
The guy that like I've spoken to didn't start making profit like 3 years into his trading. It takes a bit, but like you gotta love the
failures,
and you gotta love the process.
Yeah.
Because once you are very successful, it just makes it all worthwhile.
Yeah. See, that's why people don't last in those kind of business field, man.
Yeah.
Like crypto and trading. I mean, and e-commerce, because people look too much online, the content, like, oh, people are successful. They show the bright side, but then when they go step into that kind of thing, they expect quick money.
Yeah.
Like, I'm gonna be a millionaire in 3 months, maybe. Something like that. And when they fail a couple of times and no money, they lost their money, they start to quit. And it's like, nah, it doesn't work. But then, like, everything taking time, man.
It's really funny you say that, because when I first started trading and I got good, I tried teaching two of my mates how to trade.
Yeah.
And one of them lost money, and after that never traded again.
You're looking at one of them right now. I tried teaching him fucking doing e-com and then...
Oh, I am trying. I'm actually doing it.
No, I think
I don't really care. If I'm doing something, I don't really care if I'm losing it, because I'm thinking I'm trading money for the experience of what I'm getting.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm losing it, because I started and it cost that much, and that's what I'm gonna do. But I'm not gonna quit. If it costs that much again, just do it again. I'll do it again.
Just have a plan. Actually, that's all it is. Like, if you're trying to get someone, just have a plan. I'm sure you'll be able to.
Yeah.
Like, what I do is if you go on Pinterest, there's something called a lot of girls do it, but like as soon as I like saw that idea on Instagram, I was like, I'm gonna start doing that. And it's called a Pinterest vision board. And what you do is you get a board of Officeworks.
Yeah.
And like, for example, you go on Pinterest and let's say I write my dream car is a McLaren 720S.
Yeah.
I put a picture up of a McLaren 720S, and I wanted to go on a vacation to the Balkans.
Yeah.
Because the Mediterranean Sea just looks amazing.
Yeah.
I put a picture up of the Balkans. I put a picture up of a mansion. So every day when I wake up,
you see it.
I look to my right and I see my Pinterest board.
Yeah.
And it has everything I want in life. And like when you see that every single day, like in my opinion, I'm already there.
Yeah.
Like sometimes like when I drive, I sometimes like just imagine that like I'm holding the like
McLaren steering wheel.
Yeah. And like in my mind I'm already there, but I'm just waiting for reality to catch up. See, I'm a very much a it's called the law of attraction. And there's a Conor McGregor, when he was coming up to the MMA world, he read the book called The Secret, and he talked about this in the Tony Robbins podcast he did a few years ago. And essentially, like, if you can see it and you can believe it, you can speak it. If you can see it and you speak it and you believe it, like, you'll get it.
Yeah.
And
I'm getting goosebumps.
Yeah, no, it's amazing.
I'm getting goosebumps, bro, because those kind of quote, I had it up on my Instagram 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And then that ran free in my head every single day.
Yeah. Bro, I'm telling you, in this book, in The Secret, the reason why it's really special is and Conor McGregor, like, before everyone knows he was like a palmer or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think like one thing he would say is sometimes I would imagine that he would go to, like, let's say you go to Bois, he would go to like a car park, and imagine that there was a car park with his name on it that was reserved just for him, like a VIP car park.
Yeah.
Even though he was probably driving like a beat up Toyota Corolla back then. And like every time he would like park to that certain car park, he would get really happy, because in his mind, like, oh, like when I get rich, there's gonna be a car park reserved just for me. So like even back then, he used to think that.
Yeah.
And I think that's what I try to do as much as I can.
It's so true though, man. I think it's really true, because like before you achieve that kind of, for example, that $1 million money that you want, you have to really, like, kind of, like you said, live in it already, see how you feel, picture yourself doing it right now or driving your dream car. See how you genuinely feel. And then over time, when you keep telling, even if it's a lie, it's not reality, right? But then even you keep telling yourself every single day, that give you enough motivation to work towards it, first of all. And second of all, when you putting work into a certain thing that you want to achieve, man, I don't think I've seen anyone fucking try so hard for years and not achieve it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen once.
Yeah. Yeah, I get what you mean, and I 100% agree with you. There's 100%, you need to do a lot of thinking and a lot of like visualizing.
Yeah.
Like I like to think about like the 1%ers. Everyone thinks about the wheel.
Yeah.
But nobody hears the click of a door. Like I imagine like me walking up to my car and like, you know, when you open the door handle, you hear a click.
Yeah.
I hear a click in my car, and then like I imagine me like putting my head down and like going into the interior.
Yeah.
Like when it's called visualize. I like to visualize like as detailed as possible.
Every detail.
Yeah.
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 And when I went to Japan, one thing I had was I had a photo of me snowboarding, and I kid you not, man, it looked the exact freaking same to my Pinterest board.
Oh my God.
Yeah, it looked the exact same. The picture was foggy.
Yeah.
That day was foggy, and it was like the trees had snow in it, and the photo I put on my Pinterest board was the exact same. The trees had snow in it, exact same, and I was like, shit, this works.
I really believe in it. I'll be honest with you, I really believe in the law of attraction, man.
Yeah.
The visualization. Like I told Mukhtar with about years now, the car that I have, the Beamer, I picture it in my head in high school, the red interior, the Alpine white, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And then I was only 17 back then.
Yeah.
And then 2 years later down the line, somehow, somewhat, that car popped up.
Yeah.
Yep. The exact thing
Yeah.
that I imagined.
Yeah, same thing with me.
And I was like, wow. Like, now I believe in the law of attraction.
Yeah.
Now I believe in the visualization.
Yeah.
And then you know how you say, like, you picture yourself how you feel when you sit in it?
Yeah. You get really happy.
I still feel that every single day when I get in it.
Amazing. And I think, like, it's not lying to yourself, but I tell myself, like, for example, like, Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah.
When he was fighting against, I think it was Ricky Hatton. They were doing a documentary on him.
Yeah.
And he was sitting with his son, and he's like something about like, they all hate me. He said, just because people hate you and they don't want you going to school or whatever, it doesn't stop you from going, does it? I think like I genuinely tell myself in my mind that like, even if there's no one saying this, I tell myself there are so many people out there who like doubt me and who don't want me like achieving what I want to achieve. I just like trick my brain into like all this.
Yeah.
So once I do achieve what I wanted to achieve, it has a sense of accomplishment, because in my mind I'm like, yeah, I proved those people wrong.
Yeah.
There could be no one like giving a shit. Like, Bois, I don't give a shit what he does, but I trick my mind into thinking like, before I came here, I tricked my mind into thinking nobody thinks I could go on a podcast and talk. Like, I literally always think about this.
Yeah.
Nobody thinks I can do that. And now after I finish this, I'm gonna be like, fuck you, like I did it.
Yeah.
Does it make sense?
So it's like a kind of reverse psychology kind of thing.
Reverse psychology.
Yeah.
And dude, it's as long as like, I feel like the more your name is talked about and the more it's out there, the more luckier you get.
See, that's the good mentality to have by you trying to prove a point, not just to them, also to yourself. But then there's people who actually genuinely afraid to do it because people tell them they can't achieve a certain thing.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, you know, people are scared because, like, for example, I tell Mukhtar, hey, Muk, you can't be on a podcast or you can't be an entrepreneur. You're not going to achieve it. So then he believes what people say. So he's not going to do it, just like, but you did it because you're like, look, you know what? I'm fucking worth it. I can do it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are people out there that genuinely don't have the capacity. they don't.
Is that black guy?
The capacity.
No, seriously though, but they actually don't.
Dude, I think what's so interesting is that, like, you know, I love fear because I want you guys to imagine this, right? You're at Second Valley, and you're on top of the rocks.
Yeah.
You look down in the water.
Yeah.
And it's far.
Yeah.
And you're scared.
Yeah.
You're like, I don't want to do this. You guys are getting nervous thinking about it. I was like, I don't want to jump in there. The water is cold and there was a shark attack last week. And you're like, no, I'm not doing it. And then your mates do it. And you're like, now I have to do it. Your heart starts beating and you get more and more nervous.
Yeah.
Then you're like, 3, 2, and you just do it. You land and then like you have that massive sense of
like I did it.
Happiness. You're like,
that happened to me.
Yes.
Yeah. Because I was trying to push him because there's one time it's so funny off the jetty. It's not that tall. It's like what, about 10 meters. Yeah. So like I did the whole backflip, right? And then Mukhtar is hanging there. I can't do it, man. I can't do it.
Yeah. The thing is that I don't trust myself swimming in the deep areas.
Yeah.
So I've never tried it. So I'm like, what
and were you
happens
fine?
if I? Oh yeah, 100%. I was fine.
And then like you get so
he got so happy. He's like, "Let's go again."
Yeah, do it again and again, and it's the exact same thing. When I first shot a gun in the army, I was shitting myself. I was like, "No, I don't want to do it." Then I like put the weapon up and I went boom, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
I did it,
Call of Duty. But no, it was, dude. Your relationship with fear will dictate how successful you get.
Exactly,
in life.
Exactly, man. Yeah. Exactly. It's so important that like you have that kind of like mindset because, bro, whatever I fear, I have to do it.
Yeah.
Even for example, like there's certain thing I probably can't do it. I'll be sitting there trying to figure out and do it. Yeah. Even though I failed many times, I was like, even bro, you get so pissed off sometimes, man. Like you can't figure it out. Yeah. He's like, nah, man. I come back to it tomorrow. I will come back again. I'll come back again. I come back again. But then sometimes it take a toll out of you, man. Like I remember one time in Japan in the Universal Studio. Yeah. And like one of the biggest rides is called, I think, the Flying Dinosaur. Yeah. And bro, I'm not shitting you. I did. No, I ended up did. Yeah. I did. But then I looked from the bottom. I was like, no fucking way I can go on this, man. There's no fucking way. Yeah. Like the position is like weird. It's like you got to crouch forward, right? And I was like, I'm already in the line. I want to back off. And then my ex at the time was like, no, we got to be almost close to the line now. We should go up. And like, you know what? We'll do it. And then the shit thing is, right? I don't know. It's coincidence or whatever. We got up to there. It's like, our turn next. We got a front seat. So that means we see everything. Everything, bro. I was like, can we change the seat, bro? I just asked the guy. I was like, boy, can I go to the back? He was like, no. You go in that one. I'm not shitting you, bro. It's just going slowly up. Just imagine, like, it's really tall. Going slow. Bro, I'm already shitting myself. Everybody's screaming, and I was the only guy who screamed. Well, it's going up slowly, bro. And they look at me like, what the fuck is good doing, man? But then after that, when you go through those, what's it called? What's the word called? Like,
coaster?
Hey, no. Like, imagine the feeling, like
adrenaline.
Adrenaline, yes. When you're in that, you start enjoying, but you scream your lungs out. And when you get back on the floor, it's like, I want to do it again. Let's do it again.
You don't want to line up. No. No, I think, and like also every interesting story that you're going to tell your kids, how many of them are going to be like, I got up, went to work, or is it going to be like, I was so scared of doing this. I was in Second Valley and like I jumped. Like every single story that's worth telling ever in your life is always those stories where you had to overcome fear.
That's right.
Yeah.
I think it makes sense. It's like when you see a girl that you like. Yeah. Someone that you find like pretty and like, you know, you want to go say hi, but like you're scared. Yeah. Because you're like, what's gonna happen? Yeah.
I think that used to be my mentality before, but now I kind of shifted around where I see a pretty girl and, for example, I want to approach her. I will just don't think in your head like, ask her as put her on a pedestal. I will feel like just treat her normally like a friend at first. Yeah. So that way it kind of calms your anxiety down at the same time. And the worst thing she can do to you, just say no. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like a lot of guys are really afraid to go up to a woman they find attractive.
One thing I really want to do is skydiving.
Skydiving?
Yeah, I do want to do that too.
It's same thing, bro. Like, as soon as you thinking of doing skydiving, like, nah, fuck it. And then you do it.
When you're on that plane, there's no coming back, bro.
Yeah, it's...
I don't know, me just thinking of it just feels so scary, but...
Yeah. It's like you feel... I don't know if you know, but getting a truck license is really hard. Yeah. There's something called a double gearbox, and essentially You know, in normal manual,
Yeah, I know.
you hold the clutch.
Double gearboxes.
This one, you have to. So you're on first gear, clutch in, neutral, clutch out, clutch in, second gear, clutch out. That's how you do it. It's one of the most complicated shit ever. And on the first day, I was like, I might quit. Fuck it. Like, this is way too hard.
Yeah.
And then, like, and I just kept going through. I passed the test. I got the license. And then now I'm just like, that feels really good.
Yeah.
Like, now, like,
Like a sense of accomplishment.
Yeah, accomplishment, yeah. But no, every good stuff lies on the other side of fear, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what's the new business you got?
Yeah, so with trading, what we're doing is we're building a community of traders.
Yeah.
So I think one thing that's really hard to find in life is to find people that have the common goal as you and share the same aspirations as you.
Yeah.
And I think once you find those people and who are, you know, like we say, a lot of people, they want to do that, but nobody wants to put in the work. If you find those people that want to put in the work, I think you've built a relationship like no other. So me and my two other mates, we came up with a business, and it's called Trading Group. And essentially what it is we teach people how to trade. We're not like those people that like give me like $5,000 million and I'll teach you how to do e-commerce. This one's generally like, hey, I'm giving you the right resources so we can grow our community.
Yeah.
And we can all make money through online.
Yeah.
Because Forex and trading is the world's biggest market. It's bigger than stocks and bigger than anything because there's so much money being flown.
Yeah.
Like from side to side, like everywhere. Trading Group. And exciting future.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy to get it started. And we created our own Instagram and Telegram page. Right now on our Telegram page, we have 1,000 subscribers.
Yep.
Which is pretty hard to get to.
Yep.
Because we just literally on the Telegram group just
Perfect.
tell people, hey, this is not financial advice, but I think this is what's going to happen in gold. And we have people like engaging with us and all that. So, you know, that's probably one of my proudest stuff that I've set up this year.
Yeah, nice.
That's good.
Well, yeah, guys, if you want to do something different outside of your work life and want to learn new skills, definitely gonna hit Bois up. I'll list your Instagram link in the video as well, so that way you guys can find him. Yeah, so no, it's a good community to be at. So change people's life as well at the same time and doing yours, which is good, man. Help people, hurt people.
Yeah. It's free, by the way. So don't think I'm one of those dudes who like here in my garage and all that.
Yeah, no, definitely. All right, thank you guys for watching. We're just gonna close it up here.